Hello, my girly swirly pops. Today I'm actually really excited for this episode, but I would just like excuse my appearance because I've been going through it this week. I'm not gonna lie. Every single outfit that I have ordered has not fit me, has been impossible to get off my body. Like some of them I've thought I'm gonna have to cut this off me. I felt suffocated, I felt fat, I felt like shit. Hence why this situation is going on right now. Anyways, I did make an iced coffee. I can't make iced coffees for the life of me. I don't get how people make iced coffees and they taste nice. It just doesn't, it just tastes weird. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not bad, but it's not good. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's my friend's birthday this weekend, and the stress that it is causing me. It shouldn't even cause me stress. One, it's not my birthday. Two, it's literally a girls' night out. So why am I caring what I look like? But I think it's because I felt shit all week. So I want to go out on Saturday and actually feel like I look nice and good. You know what I mean? Because, anyways, I have actually booked myself in for a blow dry and pin curls on Saturday morning, which I'm so excited about. And I feel like I just need that because then like my hair is out of the way. But I've ordered 3 more outfits. 4 actually. So yeah, the only things that I've got sorted are a pair of shoes and a bag, which, I mean, suddenly I'm going naked. Anyways, so yeah, went to Trafford Centre, couldn't find absolutely anything. Trafford Centre has gone so bad. Like, why is there just no shops in there? Anyways, today we are going to be reacting. Well, not reacting. I don't know why I'm laughing because some of these might be serious and I'm just here like, hee hee hee. But I asked you all on Instagram to send in your dilemmas and I'm going to give my advice, say what I would do in these situations because I've not actually read them yet. I've just screenshotted them. I mean, I did have like a little peek, but not like fully. Say what I do in these situations. I mean, not that I'm an absolute expert, but you know, I've been through some shit and I feel like I have a little knowledgeable brain now. You know what I mean? So yeah. And if you want to get involved in future episodes like this, then it's probably just going to be on my Instagram stories. Anyways, I'm actually really excited. I feel like I should have got a glass of water because this coffee is like not refreshing. Oh my god, also, did I tell you that I shit myself in Manchester City Centre the other day? Not literally, but almost. Like, if I didn't make it to the Arndale and go to the toilet, I don't know what would have happened if you saw me on Manchester trying to run around after, like, literally, I went to Blank Street. Okay, they didn't have any matcha, which I was like, okay, whatever, like, it's fine. Matcha is, I prefer matcha so much over coffee now, like, it just does taste nice, don't be wrong, it's basically all sugar, but anyway. So instead, I got the strawberries and cream iced latte. May I say, phenomenal invention. Like, it was absolutely beautiful. So then I got my nails done. So I got the latte, went to go get my nails done. And halfway through my appointment, not even halfway through, I'd probably say about 15 minutes into the nail appointment, my stomach starts churning. And I'm like, right, okay, this is not really what I imagined when I get my nails done. It's usually like a chilled environment. Then I start stressing. And then, do you know when time just starts going really slow? And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to shit myself in this nail salon. So luckily, they are pretty quick with their nails and like doing your nails and everything. But then I literally just had to sprint. And luckily, I managed to get to Arndale. But oh my God, it just all took a turn for the worst. Did I continue drinking the coffee throughout the entire appointment? Yes, I did. Okay, was I going to waste my £4.40 on a nice latte when it was beautiful? No, I'm not. I'm going to just have to suffer the consequences of shitting myself, you know what I mean? But I've also figured out that it's only iced coffee that makes me shit myself and makes my stomach weird. Like, even after this one, like making it from home, after I've drank it, I will just need to go to the toilet. I don't know what it is. Hot coffee never does it, which is why I kind of prefer hot coffee. Anyways, let's get into the first dilemma. Oh my God, I'm actually like, I'm scared. Like, I've not read these yet, so I hope they're good. Okay. I'm 18 and I've known this boy for 4 years. We've been together 3 years. He's also 18. Now, I say together in brackets because he still hasn't asked me to be his girlfriend. You've been... Sorry? What do you mean you've been to... Girl, I always say, if a boy hasn't asked you to be his girlfriend within 1 month, 2 months max, maybe 3, but that's pushing it, okay? After 3, you need to run away. You need to literally sprint for the hills, okay? If a boy has not asked you to be his girlfriend after 3 months, leave. Please, just do it for yourself, okay? So 3 years. Anyway, whew. I would have been long gone. But also I kind of understand, like, when you do like someone. Anyways. Only our close friends know about us, and he freaks out if anyone else finds out. He claims he just doesn't want people ruining us. I love this boy so much, but I just don't know anymore. I brought it up to him the other day, and I said, are you ashamed of me? Is that why you won't make us official or make me your girlfriend? He got quite offended by saying, how could I think he would be ashamed of me? I'm at a point where I care and love him so much, but I just don't know what to do. Should I put up with this extreme need for privacy? Also, he did kiss another girl 2 years ago, but we moved on and sorted it. But his need for privacy is making me think it is so he can get with other girls. I mean, yeah, like 100%. I'm sorry, like, there is no way. If a boy wants to be with you, he will make it known to everyone. He will be telling all his friends, be posting you or whatever, and he will make it known that he is with you. Like, I understand, like, what is it, like private? No. Private but not a secret. I think that's what it is. Like, yeah, private but not a secret. It's totally fine to, like, not want to share every single aspect of your relationship online. Like, you don't need to be doing that. But I'd say, like, me, when I first got with my boyfriend, we kind of did post a lot on social media together, and now I feel like I don't really want to post my relationship on social media that much anymore. I think it's nice to just have those moments, like when we're doing things, just to have them for us, and I actually prefer that now. But where was I going with that? So yeah, but everyone is aware that I have a boyfriend. Like, I literally have a bee necklace, so I think it's nice to obviously make sure everyone knows that you're together. But yeah, obviously you don't need to post everything on social media. But also, I just don't, the fact that he's freaking out about, like, he doesn't want people ruining us. Well, is there even an us? You know what I mean? Like, is there even an us? Because why wouldn't you want to make it official? I honestly, I don't understand boys' logic sometimes. And I know you're saying you're 18, so you've been with him since, like, 15. Like, that is pretty young, but also, like, I don't understand. Because two of my friends from high school, they've been together since they were 15, and they're still together now. So that's, like, 6 years, I think, they've been together. But they just kind of made it official, not straight away, but, like, everyone knew they were a thing. Neither of them were ashamed about it, because, like, he wanted to be with her, she wanted to be with him. If a boy is treating you like you're not his absolute world and everything, why are you even with him, and why are you standing for it? I feel like in the past, I've been in these situations where I just stick around because I really, really like a boy. But you've got to think logically, if he wanted to be with you, he would. He would not be keeping you on a string for 3 years without making you his girlfriend. That is absolutely no-go. I, like, always say, like, 2 months, 3 months is the absolute, like, push. Like, the maximum that you are not being his girlfriend for. But I just think because he's getting quite offended, and, like, I feel like people are always guilty. Like, people are always guilty when they get a bit offended and they get, like, do you know what I mean? Like, defensive is always guilty. I feel like, not always, but majority of the time, like, he's getting so hot-headed straight away. But girl, I'm not gonna lie, I think you just need to move on at this point, because 3 years is a very long time. And you could have been together at this point. You know what I mean? Like, me and my boyfriend haven't even been together for 3 years. Like, it's a long time. And I feel like I've been with him my entire life. But no, don't be putting up with that just because you like a boy. There's no point. You can find someone who's going to treat you like an absolute princess and sweep you off your feet and do everything that you want. Be taking you out for dates, be posting you, be making you his official girlfriend and everything. And that is just not it. Not going to lie. Okay, next dilemma. My best friend has been with her boyfriend now for years. No, my best friend has been with her boyfriend for years now, and at the start of the relationship, it seemed fine. But as time has gone on, we've both grown up. He just doesn't seem right for her. I feel like she's never happy around him, and the her I get when it's just me and her when opposed to it is when he's there is so different. When he's not around, she's always laughing and smiling, and when he is there, she seems down in a way. I know it's not my place, but I feel like someone else would be better for her and make her feel more special and like more of a priority. It's difficult because I've casually mentioned it before and asked if all was okay, and she said it was. But I've been around them more since then, and me, my boyfriend, and her boyfriend went away, and he was just rude, to put it politely. I feel like because I've already touched on it with her, I can't bring it up again, but at the same time, she just doesn't seem like her when she's with him, and I'm worried she actually does realise but doesn't know what to do. Help. Okay. I've had a few friends who have not known what to do and just stayed with the boy because they've not really known what to do, but they are an actual piece of shit, to put it politely. I think this is a difficult thing. I don't know how long you've been together, but you've said years now, so let's just say they've been together 3 years, and let's say, I don't know how old you are, but let's say, what should we say? Even 18 to 21, to be fair. So when you get, let's say 17 to 21. So when you get with someone when you're 17, you're still in college, you're still living at home, probably, like blah, 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 blah. When you get to 21, you might have gone to uni, you finished college, you probably got a full-time job, you might moved away to uni and everything. I feel like your life from 17 to 21 really changes. And if I look back at myself at 17 to who I am now, I'm a completely and utterly different person. And I think sometimes it is okay to not stay with someone because of the time. You shouldn't feel like you have to stay with someone just because you've been together for so many years. Like, the time doesn't really mean anything in a relationship. Let's be real. It's how they're treating you. It's if they're putting you first as a priority and everything like that. Time doesn't really come to play with it. Like, it's about your emotions and how you're feeling and everything, not like because I've been together with him 4 years, I have to stay with him. Because what if it's 8 years down the line? What if you end up having kids with this person and you're like, oh my God, I should have broke up with him when I was 21 and now I'm stuck in this scenario? I feel like you just have to really think about it and think about it in your future, if you actually want to stay with this person or if you're just stuck and you want to get out, but then you're like, oh, but then I'm like, I don't know if I'll meet someone else, or I don't know if I'll feel shit if I do break up with him. But I feel like sometimes a breakup could be the best thing that you could possibly do, and actually your life could go up from that point. Do you know what I mean? I feel like so many people stay with people, but when they break up, their life is just it just flourishes. Sometimes a person can be holding you back, but I feel like if she's your best friend, I feel like you two need to have this conversation together and just have a proper sit down one and ask her how she's feeling. She might realise it herself, but not want to admit that she's struggling in a relationship because she doesn't want people to know that she's feeling shit in a relationship. I know I've been in situations before where I don't want to tell my friends because I don't want them to think bad about a certain person that I've been with. And it's you don't want to let anyone know that you're struggling in your relationship. You want to kind of put on this persona and mask that this is the perfect relationship. Everyone wants to do that, but I feel like maybe she could realise that, especially if you've all been away together, if he's been treating people like shit on that holiday, she's bound to notice that. I feel like you can't not notice it, especially when it's your boyfriend. If I would straight away notice if my boyfriend was speaking to people like shit and talking to them, being rude and everything, and I would call him out straight away. I'd be like, no, we're not doing that to my friend and her boyfriend. That's not happening. Shut up. You know what I mean? I think you definitely, you've brought it up once with her, but I think it's fine to bring it up again. It's your best friend. Set her down. Don't come across not that you would come across confrontational, but just actually ask her how she's feeling, and you two could discuss it together and think about what the correct and appropriate solution would be. But it's okay that people grow apart. not every single relationship lasts forever. You don't always get with someone and marry them. You know what I mean? And it's fine that you are going to grow apart. It's a life lesson. It's fine because you would have learned so much from this relationship and know how you want to be treated in your next relationship, especially if he's not oh no, that was a different one. Oh no. Yeah. So not treating her like a priority. I feel like your best friend always notices as well, because the thing is as well, if your boyfriend is treating you like shit in front of your friends, I hate to think about what he's doing behind closed doors, because my friend was once with this boy who was an absolute arse. She will not mind me saying that. And now she's with someone who actually treats her like she should actually be treated. But the way he spoke to her in front of me was disgusting. So I hate to even imagine how the way he spoke to her when I wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, I know it wasn't great. I know it was not good. So I feel like if he's being rude and everything, I feel like maybe there could be a little bit more something to it behind closed doors. And I feel like just definitely see if she is okay, especially if she is all happy and smiley around you. But maybe she needs more girl time. I know that sometimes I can feel shit if I've not seen like my friends and actually had girls' nights. Like, girls' nights are so much fun. Even if it's just you two, you just stay in, you order food, you watch films, like blah blah blah. Those are like the best types of nights. Maybe have a little glass of wine. Maybe get a little wine drunk. I know I love a little glass of wine, but definitely speak to her about it and just let her know that it's okay and you don't have to stick with this person just because you've been together for years. It could be nothing, and maybe you are picking up on something that maybe isn't there, but I feel like your best friend kind of knows. And maybe also speak to your boyfriend about this situation when you went away together and see how he felt about her boyfriend as well, because maybe like lads can kind of grasp how another lad is feeling more than a girl. I don't really know, but definitely speak to her. And yeah, just make sure she's okay, because maybe she's going through it. Like, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. Like, ever. Okay, next dilemma. I cut off my best friend as it was toxic, as she was being funny with me after I stopped talking to someone else in the friendship group, as that friend wasn't a good one. Last summer, I was enjoying my life, got told I've changed because I got out of the house more. Now this said person is all over my social media. I'm happy, but I miss that friend a little as we have some good memories. Oh my God, my leg has gone numb. Oh my gosh, you know when your leg goes numb? Jesus. Okay. I feel like with friendship groups sometimes, I don't know how big this friendship group is, but I feel like some friendship groups can have too many people in it, and not everyone is going to get along with everyone. That is just a known fact about friendship groups. Not every single person is going to get along, and that's okay. You don't have to get along with everyone. I feel like your best friend shouldn't be funny with you if you're not speaking to someone else in that friendship group. I mean, as long as you're not being rude to that person, and like, if you don't get along with them, that's completely fine. Like, it does not matter. You can't force a friendship, if you know what I mean. But I don't know if she's being funny with you. It depends. Like, is she close with that person? Because then maybe it's a little bit awkward for her, because obviously you two are best friends, but then she's best friends with this person and then you don't get along. It can sometimes be awkward, but I think the mature thing to do is, if two of your friends don't get along, is to just not get involved in either side. Like, you can hear them out in whatever is going on, but the best thing to do is not take sides and not get involved, because things are just going to be said, twisted and whatever, because they're going to try and one-up each other. I don't know if this is the scenario, but I feel like sometimes it could be. But you said she's toxic though. So I'm not too sure. But then she said that you've changed because you get out of the house more. But for me, like, getting out of the house more is a good thing. Like, I need to get out of the house more myself. I feel like I just don't really leave the house. I'm trying to. I feel like I have actually been seeing a lot more of my friends recently, which I am really enjoying. And I feel like I'm actually saying yes to do like plans and everything, which I should be doing because I'm 21. I need to enjoy my life before I get old. You know what I mean? I already feel old. Anyway, Why did it just get really dark in here? I mean, like the sun stopped shining in. But now this person's all over my social media. I'm happy, but I miss that friend a little. Friendship breakups are really hard, and I want to do a full episode on friendship breakups versus relationship breakups, because I feel like we could really like talk about some things. But friendship breakups are really, really difficult, and I've had a few in my time, and it is so bittersweet because sometimes it's like you're just not meant to be friends, and that is completely okay. But then when you do have good memories with a person, like I used to be friends with this one girl, and we were super close, and we were super, super close for a few months, and then it kind of just fizzled out. Some stuff happened, etc. And even like now I've gotten past it. Obviously, I think it's been like 4 years or 3 years. But even now I'll be like, oh, like we actually were so close and got along so well, but it's just not meant to be. Like, it's fine. And I don't know. I feel like, but then again, sometimes I've also fallen out with people, not fallen out, like just stopped talking to people. And then we suddenly start talking again because we've both been like, oh, I miss you. And then you get being friends again. I've had that a few times. And then now the friendship is the best it could possibly have been. So either you could reach out to her and just see how she's doing. Maybe just say hi. If it's her birthday, happy birthday goes a long way. And then that's a little way to sneak your way back into that life. I've done that a few times. I'm like, happy birthday. So how have you been? But it's difficult. But I don't know. I don't know how she was treating you, how the full situation was going, but maybe just speak to her, see how she is. And yeah, so I'm assuming you're not in the friendship group anymore. Too sure. But let me know how it goes. Next dilemma. I've met this guy 3 times. First time he was all over me and kissing me, which I liked because I'm quite an affectionate person. Me too, girl. Second and third time we've met, literally just got a hug from him, which I had to initiate. It's making me overthink that he could only be affectionate and flirty if he's got alcohol in his system, which I've been through that before and got really hurt. So I'm worried it's going to be the same sort of situation. And sometimes when I've talked about how I feel, he says I'm being negative or trying to put him off, when it's just me being honest about how I am as a person. Ooh. So I'm assuming the first time you met him, you were maybe drunk on a night out. And I feel like the thing is, when people have alcohol in their system, for me, I get really emotional when I've had a drink, not gonna lie. So, and I feel like when I used to be single, sometimes I just want to kiss everyone. I wish I was kidding. Anyways. So I feel like I have been there, but I don't know, the fact that like the second and third time you've met him, you just got a hug. I mean, maybe he doesn't want to get hurt himself, and maybe like the first time you met, maybe it was a bit too forward. I know that like when me and my boyfriend went on our first date, we kind of just maybe hugged on, I don't even know if we kissed or not. I can't really remember. I think it was literally a little, because we were both nervous. Like, we didn't really do much. But I think maybe if it's quite new, you've only met him 3 times. Hopefully, like, the next time, are you going on dates? Like, I don't really know. I don't really know what he means by you're being negative when you're talking about how you feel. I mean, that's a good thing that you're talking about how you feel, though, because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about how they feel, and you definitely need to speak about how you feel. I think from experience, I never used to talk about how I feel with a boy, and then it just ended up dragging out. Anything never happened, and it was just shit for me. But now I'm a very open and honest person. If something's bothering me, I'm going to tell you. And I think that is the best way to do it. I used to be quite like a pushover, and like if something had happened, I'd just be like, oh, yeah, whatever. I mean, sometimes now, like if something happens and something is said and it's not that deep, I'm not going to like confront or ask you about it, because quite literally I could not care. Do you know what I mean? Like if it's not that deep, I'm kind of like, yeah, whatever. But if it is a thing of like, whoa, like I would not do that to you. Like, why have you done that? I'm going to ask you, same if like my boyfriend did something that I didn't like, I'd literally be like, I'd tell him straight away. My boyfriend's the type of, I will tell my boyfriend straight away. I'd be like, don't you dare do that. I get what you mean though by overthinking, because if someone was really, really flirty and affectionate with me and then the next time they weren't, I'd be like, oh, do you not like me anymore? Then that's how my brain would process that. And you don't want someone to like you only when they've got alcohol in their system. If you like, I've met some people on nights out, like a boy, and then liked them on the night out, but when I didn't have alcohol in me, I didn't like them anymore. It was weird. Like, that's bad to say, but I mean, sometimes that just happens. You find yourself on a night out, you find yourself talking to them, and then like you kind of see them on every night out. So then you're like, ooh, that's my person, like when we go out, but it never ends up being anything serious. So I don't know. I don't know why he's saying you're trying to put him off. Like, that doesn't really make sense. But I mean, I think you're being honest. That's the main thing you can do in this situation. And I don't know, maybe ask him to take you on a date. Get him to organise a little date night for you both. Depends on where you're meeting him in these situations. Is it literally just on nights out? Because maybe that is like the scenario you need to take yourselves out of and put yourselves like on a date night. Even if it was literally just Nando's or something. Or, do you know what I mean? Something chill. And see how you both are in that environment and that situation, and if it could lead to anything further. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, sometimes you meet people literally just for a kiss, and that's all. A kiss, a few frogs before you find your prince. Oh my god. Sorry, I've like kind of sneak peek at this one, and I think it's going to be a good one, and I'm excited. Sorry, that's kind of mean. Anyways, my boyfriend broke up with me end of October, and since the breakup, I've worked hard on career and ended up on a cruise. Well done, queen. It's actually been like a year since I went on my solo cruise, nearly. Anyway, he never let me do this when we were together, so this is a big step for me. While I was away though, he kept liking everything I was posting. So your boyfriend broke up with you. Liked everything I was posting even though he broke up with me. I then messaged him telling him I have to block him because I felt like I was still in the relationship 4 months after being apart and I was trying to move on. He originally broke up with me because he was ready to settle down and I wasn't, as I'm only 21 and he's 26. Whoa. I completely understood, but about 3 weeks ago, he texted me asking if he could apply to work for the same cruise company I work for, even though he's planning on settling down and had found his dream job. I said no to him applying because I would have been so angry. He just seems jealous that I'm living my life, but it's pissed me off knowing he thought that would be okay. How do I move on when I'm still feeling watched even after blocking him? Jesus. I mean, I think absolutely good for you for going and focusing on yourself and your career, because working on a cruise is unreal. I don't know what you're doing on the cruise, but whatever you are doing, absolutely insane, especially if you're visiting all these places and you're 21 as well. That's same age as me. And I mean, I understand where he's coming from. He's 26. He wants to settle down. But also at the same time, that shouldn't stop you from like doing your job. I mean, I kind of understand it because I think 21 and 26 are quite different. You're in different points of life. But also it's rare that a boy wants to settle down at 26 nowadays, I think. But I think you are both in different stages of life. He might want to get married and have kids in the next couple of years. You probably do not want that, because I certainly do not want that. I wouldn't want to be married and have kids at like 23, personally. That's just my personal preference. That's just not something that I'd want. So I definitely understand that, and obviously you're understanding that as well. I really want to know what you're doing on this cruise, girl. Let me know. But I don't know why he's liking everything. I mean, good for you after blocking him, though. I feel like that's a really, to be honest, mature step, because I know how hard it is to block someone after you have had a relationship with them. I don't know how long you have been together. But, I mean, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I think you two kind of maybe are a little bit at different stages of life, especially if you do want to do this cruise. Obviously, you are away a lot, and he's obviously thinking like he wants to come home, wants to cuddle you, wants to watch like TV, spend like time with each other on the weekends and stuff. So I understand where you're both coming from, and I feel like maybe it wouldn't work just of now, but you never know. In a few years' time, after you've done the cruise for a few years, you could end up back together. Like, it could be a right person, wrong time kind of thing. But if he's 26, in the next few years, he could be married and have kids. You just never know. Like, 26 is kind of the age where you are thinking about these things, and kind of things are progressing a little bit quicker. Like, you just wanting to get through life then, if that makes sense. Especially like when it comes to relationships at 26, like it's not rare for someone to be engaged like more or less straight away, if that makes sense. Whereas obviously if you're a bit younger, you stay together for a few more years. I think honestly, just keep focusing on your career. You're 21. It is the most crucial part of your life. Is it? Like your 20s? I mean, obviously, don't be absolutely stressed out with your career, but it's such a good move to make, to start focusing on your career when you are younger, and like when you have, and the fact that you're going on these cruises and seeing so many parts of the world when you're younger and traveling and everything, it's something that you don't want to miss out on, that opportunity, and absolutely good for you. I'm so proud of you for just taking that step. I know it was a big one for you, but I don't know why he wanted to apply for the same cruise as you. For me, if he's wanting to settle down, why does he now want a job when he's already got his dream job? Like, I don't know if he wants to be with you or wants to like see what you're doing or anything like that. But to move on it, like, you just need to block him, focus on your cruise life. Because insane. You might even meet someone on the cruise. Like, you just want to be having fun, and to be honest, like, you might actually have a little bit more fun now that you are single on this cruise. You could meet someone on this cruise. Like, you just never know. And I feel like if you're not ready to settle down with someone, that's when you kind of know, like, maybe they're not for you, you know what I mean? Or maybe there is like a 5 year age gap, to be fair. But I think when you know, and when you're kind of like, no, I don't want to settle down, you don't. But to move on, just keep him blocked. Enjoy your life when you're young. You've got this massive opportunity now that you've literally taken and grabbed by the balls to go ahead with. But just don't speak to him. Like, don't speak to him. He's giving you very mixed signals. He's broke up with you but liking your pictures and wants to apply the same cruise as you. Like, go away. Why are we wanting to work together again if you want to settle down? Like, go find someone and have kids with them, you know what I mean? Anyway, but yeah, just keep him blocked. Try and keep him out of your head. It's hard to move on from a breakup, especially if it was a really serious relationship. Or to be fair, it's hard to move on from a lot of things. But I think you're doing the right thing by focusing on your career and just keep him blocked. Honestly, girl, please keep him blocked. Okay, last dilemma. I like this guy who had been hitting on me for nearly a year before we hooked up. I love that word. Like, it's just so American, isn't it? Like, we hooked up. Because, like, what does it even mean? Does it just mean kiss? Because I thought it meant, like, you know? But, anyway. It was Halloween, and I got kicked out of the club, lol, and he walked me home. And a month later, it happened again, and then went home for Christmas. First night back at uni, he kissed me in a pub in front of our friends and claims he doesn't remember that night at mine where I low-key told him my feelings. 2 days later, he messaged my friend whose name is similar to mine, so come mine. We've kissed a few times since in the pubs and stuff, but kind of feels like he ignores me when I see him, but I always spot him looking at me. This has been 5 months since we first got together, and we were pretty good friends. I'm scared and have no idea what to do. Please help. Okay, first of all, 5 months. You know what the rule is. So he's liked you for nearly a year before you hooked up. I don't know what that entails, if you kissed or you had sex. Like, I don't know what it is. Because sometimes, please do not take this the wrong way, sometimes boys, like, as soon, like, they get with someone and they're like, like, whatever. And, like, their feelings switch off, which is a horrible thing. And I feel like, literally, go away. Did he come home with you after these nights out? And that's when it happened then, I'm assuming. that's what happened. Like, it's happened twice. And then he's kissed you in pubs in front of your friends. I don't get why he's messaged your friend saying, come to mine. That's like really weird. But you said you have similar names, so maybe he's like mistaken that. But then again, like, come on. Like, come on, you're going to check who you're sending a message to. Like, literally be for real. If he's ignoring you and stuff, but then he's kissing you in pubs, but then he's ignoring you, I feel like it's very mixed signals. It's very mixed vibes. And I just do not like that at all. It pisses me off. I've been in situations like this before and they are not fun. And it did not end up like good, okay? Like, at all. Like I said in like the first dilemma, if a boy wants to be with you, he's going to be with you. Like, he's going to want to make it known and want to be with you. But like, don't get me wrong, sometimes it's fun to have little flings and little fun relationships whilst you're young, and they don't have to be serious and stuff. Like, not everything has to be a serious relationship, but you both need to understand where you're feeling. And if you've told him your feelings and he doesn't remember, like, I feel like that's really rude. You know what I mean? Like, you've opened up to him, told him your feelings and everything, and he's like, don't remember. Like, you do. You do. And then maybe that's why he's avoiding you, because he's scared that maybe he likes you too. But then, like, grow up, grow some balls, and tell me that you like me and want to be with me. Why are you ignoring me if you like me? Like, come on, be for real. But yeah, it's been 5 months since we first got together, and we were pretty good friends. See, that's hard as well. I feel like sometimes when you are pretty good friends with someone, sometimes it is that thing of like, is it going to ruin the friendship? Like, should you do it? What would I do in this situation? I mean, me a few years ago would have just kept hoping he'd kiss me in the pub, but me now, I just ask him straight up. Like, honestly, I'd just be like, so what is this? What do you want from this? Just tell me the truth. Like, I think people just need to start being honest with, if you like someone, tell them. If you don't, you don't. If you just want this to be a no strings attached thing, just tell them. Don't make things confusing. Like, honest to God, like, if you want to be with someone, tell them you want to be with someone. If you literally just want to have sex with this person, tell them and just make it known so you are both aware, no feelings get hurt, and you're both aware of the situation that is going on. That is what needs to be done in this situation. You know what I mean? And I know you're scared and everything, and because you don't want to get hurt, but it's kind of, if it's just happening after nights out and he's only kissing you when like he's drunk or in the pub or like had a drink or anything. I mean, it's good that he's doing it in front of his friends, so he's not bothered and he's not like ashamed. Not that he should be, but he's not bothered about any of that, which is good. But I don't know, if like you're not getting anything out of him after 5 months, like, it is a long time. You think about, like, 5 months is a very long time, like, to not have any real progress. I think in this situation, I just ask him straight up and be like, right, what's going on? Like, if you like me, tell me. If you don't, tell me, like, so I can just move on. You probably can meet someone else, especially if you like hung up on this guy as well, and like kind of you like him and then you don't want to get with someone else because you don't want to ruin it, and like just kind of figure out what's going on there and if he actually wants something from it. But communication is key, okay? And we just need to all be open and honest with what we want and what we don't want, and it will just make the world a happier place. Life's feelings will get hurt, and well, everyone just needs to be truthful. I'm actually going to do one more because, right, I've been with my boyfriend since we were 15 and we're 20 now and hit a rough patch. Any advice? Now, this kind of goes from what I said in a previous dilemma. 15 to 20 is a crazy change. Like, the person I am was at 15. You're in high school. You're in year 11, or even year 10. To be fair, year 10 and year 11. You're 15. Like, you're so young. And then 20, you've been at college, you've been at uni, you might have moved out to go to uni or anything. It is such a big difference of where you're at life from 15 to 20, and it's completely okay to grow apart. You don't need to stay with someone just because you've been with them for 5 years. okay? Like I said, time doesn't matter. You've hit a rough patch, and sometimes rough patches can be overcome. I've seen it happen before. Do you know what I mean? I've dealt with it before. Like, rough patches can happen. It happens in any relationship. Sometimes things just get a little bit like that, and you need a little bit of spice thrown in there, and then everything is back to normal, I guess. But don't feel like it's not normal to hit a rough patch, especially after 5 years as well. And with the thing is, you both grew up as people as well, and you're not going to be the same people you were when you first got together. It's completely okay. It's completely fine. And sometimes it's good to like maybe recognize that maybe we aren't the same people anymore that we were when we first got together at 15, and maybe we're not going to work out anymore, because at 20 as well, you're thinking about your career, you're thinking about what you want to do, and sometimes relationships can hold you back sometimes and not do what you fully want to do. You might want to go traveling, but you don't want to leave your boyfriend. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like holding you back, not like he's not telling you can't do that, but you don't want to do that because you don't want to leave him, and like maybe he doesn't want to do that and he wants to do something else, and it can just get a bit like, ooh, and then you don't want to look back in like 10 years time and be like, oh, like I've not done this, I've not really done anything with my life, and you know, but it's just one of those things, unfortunately, that happens in life where people, you can grow apart. It's been 5 years, you were literal kids, and now you're adults going into the real world, and real shit happens. I mean, 20 is still young. Like, I'm literally 21, I'm still young, but it's just, it can happen. Okay, girl, just maybe both have a sit down, and maybe he might not even be realizing you've hit a rough patch. Boys usually don't realize. Maybe just have both of a conversation. If it's to do with career choices, if it's to do where you want to both live, if like what is the situation with that, and maybe both just have a sit down conversation. It can be hard because obviously 5 years, very long time, and you don't want to lose this person, but you never know. Sometimes you could need a little bit of time apart, not necessarily to get with other people, but again, you've been with the same person since you were 15. You've never had the chance to date anyone, go on dates, be taken out on dates, like be single when you turn 18 and going like to clubs when you're 18. It's not a crucial stage of life to be single and doing that, but also like it can be fun, and it can be fun to enjoy that when you are single as well. I think having time to be single and knowing who you are individually as well, I think being with someone that young, sometimes you kind of lose yourself and don't know who you are like on your own. I'm very lucky to the fact that I only got with my boyfriend when I knew 100% that I was independent. I'm still independent now. I do literally everything on my own because I just don't care. And if me and my boyfriend broke up, don't get me wrong, I'd be absolutely heartbroken and sad. But I know who I am myself, and I'm my own person, and I'd be fine after a few months and a lot of crying. But you know what I mean? It's really good to do things on your own and have your own life outside of a relationship, you know? Like, not everything has to be you two constantly. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful when it's like that, but you have years like in the future to just be you two and like properly settle down. Like, now is the time to be going out with your friends, doing stuff with your friends, obviously going out with each other and like taking each other on dates, etc., like obviously, but just make sure you don't lose yourself in a relationship, especially with it being from so young. You can kind of, I don't know, lose that independence because you can depend on this person because they have literally grew up with you and grew up like from 15 to 20. Like, they're like when you are like trying to find yourself and everything, especially throughout your 20s as well. And it can be a bit scary. Like, say like when you are like say now, if you did break up, I hope you don't, and I hope you can sort this out, but you never know if it could be for the best. And you're kind of like, whoa, I don't know who I am on my own. Like, that can happen. And you're like, I don't know how to, I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am. Like, it can be a really scary thing, but just think about that. Think about the future. And yeah, don't worry too much, because sometimes these things happen for a reason. He was your high school sweetheart, but maybe there's someone else out there for you. You never know. But yeah, I hope all of this helped. I'm not that good at giving advice, but I mean, to be fair, I think I am good at giving advice, but sometimes I feel like I need to think about it fully before I do fully give advice. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Bad Chats. I don't know what I'd call it, like what would Caitlin do? Just answering your dilemmas. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next week in the next one. Bye.